I'm dressed like this because I'm dating a young guy and I have to look like a Pikachu at all times. I'm at the age now where I realize that I don't have to worry about being sex trafficked. Is that even a thing, right? I really don't. But maybe. My mom's always concerned that somebody's gonna try to rape and kill me because she thinks I'm a star. But like I feel bad for some of you girls. Like if they sex trafficked me, it would just be to cook for the rest of the victims. So my days would be light. Obviously, I'm from New York, or I live in New York. I'm from Maryland, but I live in New York, and I flew here. I hate flying. Flying is like, it's one of the worst things. We have to do it a lot as comics, and so I get high a lot, or, you know, like I eat. And we had a really bad flight recently, and you know when the flight's bad when the flight attendant sits the fuck down? When Brenda sits down, you better start praying. Like this shit, like, bitch, why are you buckling up? Are we okay? Do I need a parachute? Because nobody really knows, like, I realized this last flight, I don't know what to do in the event of an emergency. We all think we do, because we watched the bitch do the little Broadway musical at the beginning, right? Where she, like, dancing and shit, and it's like, bitch, if this is information I'm supposed to know, please stop fucking dancing and just tell me what the fuck to do. So, you know, okay, so they just had a flight recently. The plane was going down, and like the mask came down, and you realize how many people are fucking dumb, right? Because the mask came down, somebody took a picture of everybody with the mask, right? Because, you know, when you're about to die, you want to put it on Instagram. So the mask come down, and nobody was wearing this shit where they were supposed to wear it. You gotta put it on your fucking breathing place, right? You gotta put it here. Is motherfuckers wearing like goggles? Somebody was wearing like a birthday hat, like, well, I'm the fuck out of here, happy birthday. Like, I was like, what the fuck are they doing? I hate turbulence. I hate turbulence. So I always checking my exit. They tell you gotta check your exit. Check your exit. Where's your exit? And you think you know where your exit is, and then they go, well, just in case you think you know, the closest one may be behind you. And it's like, well, bitch, I'm in Comfort Plus. So if I gotta go back to Coach, I'm just gonna die. I'm not going to Coach. I'm determined that if a plane goes down, first class is just going to detach from the rest of the poor motherfuckers and just keep flying to Miami. They don't give a fuck about Coach, okay? Meemaw only flies every 10 years. That bitch has got to go. You understand? So, plane etiquette is also like at an all-time low. I was sitting next to this white bitch and her baby, and I guess they had money because the bitch and the baby had their own seat. So, she's fooling around in the bag and shit, and she's got hold of the baby, trying to fool around the bag, and then she just gets up and pivots and hands me the fucking baby, because of course I'm a big titty black woman, so I gotta be the plain nanny. So she pivoted. I was like, bitch, don't give me your baby, I'm on coke. Like, I don't have time for your fucking baby, bitch. This is not the help. I will eat this nigga, and even the baby was like, don't give me that bitch. It was like, this is not the one, bitch. I don't, yeah. Plane etiquette is fucked up. Sometimes you get in a fucked up situation on a plane, you don't know what to do, you don't want to say anything, and then you get trapped up. Like, there was recently this white lady on the plane, and she took a picture. This white nigga had his feet over her head. Did you remember that? You see that picture? You saw it? See, me and the black lady connected because we already know where we going. The white people catching up. You understand? They're like, what's the problem? So he got his bare motherfucking feet over her damn head, and she's just being passive aggressive. She's like, gotta be a long flight. I was like, bitch, are you out of your fucking mind? You already know what we would have did. Get in your fucking purse, bitch. Get a lighter and burn this nigga's toes. What the fuck do you mean gonna be a long flight, bitch? Short flight for this nigga's feet. What? Oh, I hate people. I hate it. You know, because people always think I'm nice and shit because I wear bright colors and I have dimples. But, like, I'm a raging bitch on the inside. You have no, because I've been nice for, like, 30 years and I'm tired, you know? Like, I used to be a skinny white bitch from Maryland. I'm so tired of being nice all the fucking time. Like, I got into a fight with this old bitch at Golden Corral a couple months ago, okay? Like, wait, it was her fault. So, it was. So I went to Golden Corral with my mom and my grandfather. Now, my grandfather, he's elderly, so he's in a wheelchair. He wears the pins. He's blind. He can't see. He got dementia and shit. So I was like, I don't even know what the fuck we taking here. We should just leave him here. You know what I'm saying? And just tell him he went, because he's not going to eat. So, but we had to take him because, the law requires it. And, no, I know it sounds insistent, but it's a lot, because, like, he's in a wheelchair. We got to pack him up like robots, Transformers, robots in disguise and shit. And then we got to plug him like a cell phone everywhere we go, so it's, like, a lot on the energy. But, so we get to Golden Corral. Now, my grandfather takes the shit. Now, we're at Golden Corral, so nobody moved, because we was like, it already stinks in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can sit in this for a while, but then it started to mix with the mashed potatoes. So, I had to change him because we draw straws in the morning and I fucked up. So, now I gotta wheel this nigga to the bathroom, right? And I told my mother, I said, why don't you just do it? I've never changed him in public. I've done it in the house, but not in public. I was like, Mom, just do it. She was like, no, God chose you. Because she's an asshole. So now I gotta wheel him. It's very difficult. He's in a wheelchair. He's a big dude. I'm trying to push him. Nobody's coming out the bathroom. I'm waiting for somebody to come out. Nothing's happening. I'm pushing him against the door. His head keeps banging and shit. It looks like elderly abuse. So I go around. I kick the door open, and then as the door was open, I just flung the nigga in there. So he zoomed in there, and then there was an old bitch, and she was like, oh my God, help, there's a man in here, somebody help me. So I run in like, where's the man? Even my grandfather in the wheelchair going, man, there's a man in here, where the man at? This nigga ain't talked in 3 weeks. Man, there's a man in here? And then I look at this bitch is pointing at my grandfather going, him, he shouldn't be in here. What if he does something? I said, bitch, if your pussy that good to get this nigga out the wheelchair, you need to put your pussy on the NASDAQ and make America great again, because, bitch, we need you. Him. I'm so sick of him. Sick. Now I gotta deal with my mom. My mom's called me. My mom wants to come visit me. I can't, I love my mother. I really do. I'm so grateful she gave me life, but if I could, not talk to her for the next 30 years, I just feel like our relationship would just be so much, because, my mother's at this point where she calls me with nonsense all the fucking time. She has this new thing in her life where she calls me and she plays this game called Guess Who Died. Now, I don't know how many of your mothers do it, but this is how Guess Who Died goes. It's never anybody you give a fuck about or right? It's always like, remember the bitch that gave you a chicken wing when you were 6 months? No, I don't. But bury the bitch with some KFC on my behalf. I don't know her. So, my mother called me Guess Who Died. I was like, I don't want to play this fucked up Hasbro game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't going nowhere, bitch. Who died? So she goes, well, you remember Miss Smith? I said, yeah. I said, oh my God, Miss Smith died? She goes, no, Miss Smith's fine. But remember the little boy she used to watch in the summertime with the big head? I was like, yeah, Chucky died? She goes, no. But remember the little girl with the bow rats he used to play with? I said, yeah, Angela died? She goes, no, Angela's fine. But Chucky and Angela had a baby. I was like, damn, the baby died? She was like, no, but the baby had a hamster. They said the hamster died. So I can't deal with her. Let's go. I can't. So that's my mother. So here's my mother's thing. She wants to come visit me. I can't take my mother. I don't want my mother to visit. She visited me a couple months ago. She stayed for 2 weeks. It was too long. She stayed. I just wanted to show her the city. I wanted to take her out, show her the city, have a good time, find her a man so she could get off my fucking back. So she didn't want to do that because there was a Lifetime movie marathon happening. You understand? My mother loves Lifetime. Women here that watch Lifetime, by a round of applause. Okay. 4 bitches that have low self-esteem. So, I never watched the network. All I know is their slogan is they're a network for women. So I thought my mother and I were gonna bond over some women empowerment shit. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was gonna be women cutting niggas' dicks off. Chewing balls and shit. Free bleeding on the grass. I was like, we about to do this shit. So I buckle in. I should have known that it was gonna be some bullshit because my mother started knitting during it. And so we watched like 9,000 movies. This all the same fucking movie. Do you understand? The same. All they do is change the bitch's outfit. They don't even change the script. It's just like put the bitch, same script, just change her clothes and shit, right? So it's always some bitch named Amber, okay? That's how it goes. It's a bitch named Amber. And Amber's a small town bitch, and you know this because they start the movie off with a little population sign, and it says 10. And then when the bitch leave, they cross the 10 out and they put a 9. And then now Amber, she's a small town bitch, so they don't, you know, she's like, I'm tired of this. I want to be a big time bitch. So she moves to New York City, you understand? Because she wants to be big time. And so this is how she moved to New York City. They put the bitch on like a megabus, and they put her on a fucking megabus. She has like a white hat on and a white dress and a little white suitcase with a little ribbon and shit, and she gets off the bus. She's like, I'm here. And it's like, oh, bitch, you about to get raped. You understand? Like, so Amber works hard. She works hard. For like 7 years, this bitch works hard, nonstop, and she becomes a CEO in New York City. And you're like, damn, that bitch is good. You know what I'm saying? She done came here and did her shit, and now she got to go back home, you know, to visit her family and shit for the holiday. They're always going back for a holiday. It's Christmas, it's Easter, it's Hanukkah, it's 9/11. The bitch got to go back. So she comes back to her home, and I'm watching the movie. I'm like, oh, they gonna be so proud of this bitch. This little small town bitch. She done became a CEO. Like, they gonna throw a parade for this bitch. To be like, yeah, you done put Bippity Bop Land on the map, bitch. I'm waiting for it. She comes back. They barely acknowledge the bitch. You understand? She comes back. They're like, Amber's back. And then they go back to milking cows, whatever the fuck they do, right? So Amber's confused. She's like, hello, guys. Hi, I'm a CEO. I'm in New York City. And she got these big-ass shoulder pads because they not able to show you New York City because they can't afford it. So they just put her in shoulder pads. And, you know, she walks around like concerned and shit. That's how you know she's making money. And she's signing paperwork and just, you know, big times. So she's like, I have shoulder pads. And they like, yeah, whatever. You ain't got no husband. And I started thinking to myself, oh my God, this is not the narrative of this movie. That this bitch who's a CEO in New York City with 6 figures and shoulder pads, she ain't doing shit because she ain't got no husband. But that's what Lifetime will let you know. She ain't doing shit because she ain't got no husband. First of all, let me just tell you ladies right now, you don't have to have a fucking husband. You understand? If you making 6 figures with shoulder pads, you can buy dick. All right? I'm just letting you know. It's for sale. It's for sale. And also, P.S., there's a show called 600 Pound Life. Every bitch on there is 600 pounds, and they all got a man. So if you don't have a man, it might be your pussy. You understand? Like, because these bitches, they can't even find their pussy, and they got a nigga trying to fuck them in it. So I'm just saying, you might just step your pussy game up. So now they barely acknowledge the bitch. Amber's so upset. She's like, I don't know. You know, what happened? Maybe they're right. Maybe I do need a husband. Maybe I do need a man. So she starts to cry. You understand? She's crying, and now she's singing, because that's what they think women do to problem solve. We start crying and kickball changing down the street. And so now she's singing and dancing and all this shit. She wanders into an abandoned building. Well, it's not 100% abandoned because there's a man there. You understand? And you don't get to see the man fully. You just see his ass crack because he's fixing an elevator. And she takes one look at his ass crack and she goes, that's my husband. Okay, let me just take a break because I'm not getting the response I want. And I know it's a lot of women in here, and you with your man, and you're like, uh-oh, here come this women empowerment shit, and you sit next to this nigga, and I don't know what she's talking about. I love making cookies. But you understand, like, the bitch is a CEO in New York City making 6 figures with shoulder pads, and they about to give her the elevator, nigga? Like, they don't do this in a man's movie. In a man movie, he get like some tall blonde who can't speak, because that's every man's fantasy, is like some hot bitch that can't respond to his foolishness. But in a women's movie, she get the elevator nigga, and now they see that she's in love with the elevator. First of all, it's only 9 people in town. He don't need to fix no elevator. Nobody goes upstairs. Like, so what? He's barely working. So now they take a look at her This is the love of your life now. You better stay here. You gotta stay here. You gotta give up your shit in New York City. You gotta stay here and be the elevator nigga bitch wife. You gotta give up those shoulder pads. Stay here and be the elevator nigga bitch wife. And now Amber's like, oh my God, what do I do? Do I stay? Do I go? And the whole time my mother's watching the movie like, is she gonna stay? I was like, Ma, I don't know, but you gotta get the fuck out of my house. What? What do you mean? Is she gonna stay? Well, this is the love of her life. I said, Ma, she's a CEO in New York City with shoulder pads making 6 figures. She's not giving that up to stay here and be the elevator nigga bitch wife. You understand? She's gonna go back to New York City, and if she wants, she can take this nigga with her, because New York is where all the elevators are. He could be the elevator nigga bitch king.